In this video, we're gonna go over Manchester United versus Fulham. Tomorrow being Sunday, we're just gonna go over what I think the starting 11 will be, my score predictions, and just some of the talking points of the game. But first of all, before we get into it, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and please give me a subscribe. That'll be much appreciated. The goal is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So, thank you so much. And back to the video. So, our game versus Fulham tomorrow. Here's the thing. If we play remotely close to the way we played against Arsenal, we should win this game. We probably will win this game, considering Fulham doesn't have the best game of their entire history, right? We should win this game, right? Now, my problem with that is the only thing that's been consistent with this Manchester United team over the past decade is how inconsistent we've been. That's the only thing that's been consistent. So, what's our expectations as a team? Do I expect Manchester United to win every game? Absolutely. As a fan, that's the standard we set for ourselves throughout our history. So, 100%, we're supposed to win every game. Over the past decade, realistically speaking, do you expect us to win every game? No. As sad as it is to say, no. It's hard for me to believe that we are going to put up that same performance against Fulham, honestly. Not because I don't think we're not capable of it. I think obviously we have the squad to do it. I think if anything, as the season goes on, we will get better. So I am expecting somewhat of a better, at least better chemistry within the team. I felt like there were some things that we're still a bit disconnected in our game against Arsenal. It's our first game after preseason, first game of the season. Of course, there's certain things to still iron out. And like I said in a video a while ago, I said, it's going to take at least 6-7 games to really get this team going. I think this is one of those games where, we are going to struggle. We are going to struggle in terms of chemistry, but I just don't think we will put up that same performance we would against Arsenal, right? Primarily because just in the past 5, 6, 7 years, we've gone into many games where we should be good, right? We've had a great game the week prior. We go into the next game. We should be great. We should dominate. And that just never happens. And for whatever reason, that just never happens. And so it's not that I'm expecting that to happen with this team. I know, Ruben Amorim, I feel like he's more of a competent coach, one that we haven't had in such a long time. I think the way he's came into a club and just raised the standard at Manchester United is incredible. That's something Ralph Ragnick tried to do, and everyone just kind of laughed on his face. He couldn't do it. This is something that Ruben Amorim, of course, with the proper hierarchy, the proper structure, he was actually able to carry it out. Because without that structure, it's never going to happen, right? And so I think he's raised the standard of this team. I think what we should expect from this team is higher. That being said, I have a lot of trauma from this team over the past 10 years for me to think that, okay, the first game we're going to play well, like we did against Arsenal, and then the second game we're going to have a similar performance. That's almost never happened. I feel like we haven't even won 5 games in a row in like the last, I don't know how many years. It's been so long. And we just haven't been able to put in a string of consistent performances. What reason do I have to expect that for tomorrow against Fulham? All right. That's my take. That being said, we have to win. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Doesn't matter. Obviously, it's the second game of the season. We lost the first game. The only reason why people aren't making as big of a fuss as they would usually is because United clearly dominated and played well and was hard done by the penalty decision not being given to us, and then also by Ender making a mistake on goal. But apart from that, we dominated. We just couldn't put the ball in the back of their net, right? But we do have to win this game, right? Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, right, if we start now to lose, that's going to affect us. That's going to put a lot more pressure on Ruben Amorim. It's going to put a lot more pressure on the players. That's going to affect how our season is going to go, right? So especially considering our next run of games, which includes Liverpool, City, it's going to be, I think, Chelsea. It's going to be a tough tough next couple 5 games. Tough next 5 games is going to be really tough. So this is one of those games that we need to win without a doubt. Our next fixture as well, we need to win that against lighter opposition, just to set us up properly within the table. So we're not starting off like we did last season at the bottom of the table and basically just stayed there the rest of the season, which is something that was honestly hard to believe. It was really hard to believe. Honestly, it really was. What I think our lineup will be. First of all, I think the hardest position to predict now is probably the goalkeeping position. We just signed a new goalkeeper, Saint Lemens. I'm probably not saying that right, but we just signed Saint Lemens, a new goalkeeper. Obviously, he's not going to play today. There's no way. But or did we complete that? Maybe it's not fully completed. I could be wrong. Maybe it's not completed, but it's basically 95% done. Obviously, he's not going to start. I do think after the performance Bayender put in last season, I do think that there's a good chance Onana starts this not last season, last game. I do think there's a good chance Onana starts this game. That being said, though, I know Ruben Amorim is pretty strict, very stubborn, so I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves Bayender in goal just to back up his decision the week prior. Plus, Bayender's the distribution was probably better than Onana's all season long. Just saying. For our defense, we have to go with Euro, De Ligt, Shaw. I think Shaw had a fantastic game against Arsenal. Played extremely well. De Ligt the same. Euro the same. With Euro, he's a fantastic player. I just feel like maybe he lacks a little bit of composure, but I think that'll come with time. I also think we're not giving him proper passing options, so that's probably a factor. But I digress. Starting in midfield, we'll have Bruno Fernandes in there. I think for this game, we'll have Kobe Mainu. I want Kobe Mainu personally, but I think it will be Kobe Mainu. And the reason why is because we want to hold a lot more of the possession in this game. Against Arsenal, we expected them to come at us. We expected them to press, so that's why we wanted Casemiro there to add a bit more defensive, a bit more of the defensive mindset, but then also to help with set pieces, because we know Arsenal are extremely good with set pieces, and Casemiro is really good at set pieces as well. So to counter that, we added him for set pieces, but. I think in this game we're going to want to hold more of the possession, so I do think Mainu's going to come in. I think apart from that, it's pretty straightforward. I do think Sesko will start. Is that a lot of pressure? Potentially, but I do think Sesko will start this game. I think he should start this game. I've seen some clips of training. He looks super sharp. He looks good, ready to go. So I think he should start. And I think we'll have Brian Mbeumo and Cunha, no doubt, as our 2 number 10s. That'll be my starting 11. So it's Onana, De Ligt, Euro, Shaw. We will have Mainu, Fernandes. We're gonna have Brian Mbeumo, Cunha, Mateus Cunha. We're gonna have Sesko or Shesko technically. And then at wide, we're going to have Dorgu for sure. And then we're going to have, I think for this game, we're going to have Ahmad for the right wing back. Just because he's more of an attacking threat than Delo. That's my starting 11. For my predictions, that's tough. Because I do think if we don't play as well, I think we can still find a way to win. I think this team is capable of that. So it's either a hard-fought 1-0 win, or we hit them with a solid 3-1. That'd be my guess. So I'm gonna go with 3-1, just to be a bit more optimistic. I hope we win 3-1. But I guess we'll have to wait and see for tomorrow. But feel free to leave a like in this video, subscribe, and if you have any thoughts, let me know what your score predictions are in the comments below. Thank you, and see you later.